All right, well, thank everybody for coming out. Before I answer questions, and I'll answer whatever you guys got, I want to thank the students and the fans. We came out of the mass today, and people were already tailgating. Students were out around the mods. We walked right through them, and then when we got in the stadium, they were there and they stayed. And I am really grateful for that. The players fed off of that, and that's what this has to be all about. You know, I asked the students to get in, and they did. And I really appreciate that. It means so much to this team. It means so much to me, and we just got to keep building off that. I'd also just like to give credit to Colgate. I thought their staff did a really good job on offense. They came out in multiple personnel groupings, did a ton. Their guys played really hard. Shoot, I got hit one time on the sideline, almost got knocked out by one of their offensive linemen. But a lot of credit to them, their staff. I think they'll have a really good year. You know, talking to J-Bomb, this is one of the first home opening or an opening game shutout since 2009. It's hard to shut out anybody, guys. They were 0 for 10 on third down. Coach Tem and the defensive staff, give them a ton of credit. Give the defensive players a ton of credit, for especially if you watched all the young guys that we played in this game on defense, how banged up we are on the defensive line, how many important guys we had out today. But for a young defense to give up 189 yards total defense, 0 points, I don't care who you're playing. It says a lot about them. I love the way we finished. I think we had 2 penalties, which was huge from last year. And they were 2 holding calls. Nothing pre-snap, no illegal motions, no personal fouls. It was a clean game. We took care of the football, which has been huge. We were +2 in the turnover battle, which is how you win games. And we scored on one. One was in the red zone, which really flips it. It's almost like having another score. Really proud of our guys, the way we started things off. Really excited to get back and get better. But can't say enough about our team. And I'll open it up for questions.
Jeff, just the way you use Zay, I mean, first play of the game was flanker screen, jet sweep, looked like a wheel route across the formation. I mean, just talk about that, the versatility of him as a receiver.
Yeah, it's kind of, we joked about it, Rich, and I appreciate you coming just about every practice and asking the questions, but it's what we talked about, right? You can use him in the horizontal pass game. You can use him in the vertical. You saw him catch the deep cross and make the competitive catch. You can hand the ball to him. You can throw him sweeps. You can throw him screens. He's a dynamic player, and he showed up today and made plays, and he needs to do that. You know, just looking at his stats, he had 7 catches for 135 yards and a touchdown. I mean, that's a great way to start the season for a player that should be one of the better ones in the ACC.
Jeff, good to see you. The defensive line today, you guys obviously were hit hard with injuries in the interior. You had some edge rushers come in. You had Donovan there. You had Brandon there. What do you see from them today, and is that kind of a rotation you look to continue going?
Yeah, I think, and thanks for noticing that, I think Coach Vince does an unbelievable job. I mean, it's like hockey shifts. He gets, and it scares me sometimes, I think we're going to get too many guys on the field, but he rotates them in and out. And losing Booze for the year really hurt a lot. And then Marcus Valdez getting hurt. Hopefully he'll come back soon, but he's out. I mean, that hurt a lot. And then even Biz today, our transfer from UMass, he was out. And he was supposed to possibly start or be a backup today. So all of a sudden you're playing with really, I think we played 4 or 5 freshmen on the D line. I mean, that's hard. It's really hard. I thought she just stepped up. You know, he had a big sack. Isaiah Henderson, I thought, played really well. And Barlow, like you mentioned. And then those guys inside, TJ Ram, they just fought. And they played a lot of snaps. And, I mean, that's all we have, you know. And just really proud of them. And, again, a credit to Coach Vince and that group. And it's good for us, too, because we want to build this thing, right? I keep saying it. This isn't just going to be everything's about this season. Those guys are going to get experience. And in week 4 and 5, they're just going to play better and better. So I'm really proud of them.
Mentioned how Colgate was 0 of 10 on third down. That's just pretty rare. Just what do you think led to that, and how nice was that to see his defensive guy?
Say that one more time.
Colgate was 0 of 10 on third down. Just how nice was that to see, and what led to that, do you think?
It's awesome. And I didn't even realize it because, you know, you take every yard and every first down, they get personal as a defensive coach, you know. So to come in and see they were 0 for 10, it's one of the things we talked about really early. We have to be better on third down. We have to get the quarterback down, and we did. And if you can do that on third down, you're going to win a lot of games. That was huge for us.
Jeff, Phil's play today, what would you consider very efficient the way he looked today?
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, I got to go back and watch it and watch the tape, but 16 of 24 for 303 and 3 touchdowns with a long pass of 51. Pretty good day. You could tell we were a little bit shaky early on in the game, right? We had a couple drops that would have put him at 18 at 24. And they made some nice plays on one of the first third downs of the game. I recall on the left sideline when they broke up the hitch. But he looked comfortable. He looked confident running the ball. He looked fast. But we'll watch the film, and I'm sure he'll tell you he needs to play better, and you can ask him that. But just proud of him, because think about this, right? And I don't care if you're a fifth-year senior or sophomore or junior, just the expectations, Phil, going in. Everybody's talking about him. Now there's pressure on him, right? So the way he handled this today says a lot about him. Just proud of him.
Coach, so you've obviously had a lot of recognition for your offense coming into the preseason. But with 14 points off turnovers, 1 touchdown with a pick six and 1 touchdown that was set up by another interception, can you talk about what that means for your defense?
Yeah, I just think turnovers in general for the team are huge. If you go up 2-0 in the turnover column, you're probably going to win 85, 87% of the time. And you have to, like what you just said, when you get a turnover, it's not enough just to get a turnover. You have to take the turnover and score, because now you're stealing possessions. And to me, that's complementary football. If we get the interception and then we punt, it is what it is, right? It's like a turnover on downs. But when you get an interception and you give it to the offense and then they go score, you're stealing points and you're stealing possessions. So that's huge. We need to do that. It's eliminate explosives, it's attack the ball, and it's score on defense. And again, a credit to the defensive staff.
Hey, Coach, over here. It took a little while to get the run game going. What did you tell your team to get them going, and what eventually started working for the rushing attack?
Truthfully, I didn't have to say anything to him. Just looking right here, Garwa averaged 7.2 a carry. Our quarterbacks ran well. I mean, Phil averaged 12.2 a carry on 5 of 61. I got to go back and watch the film, truthfully. I mean, they were being very aggressive, especially early on in the game, which is why those deep crossers kept popping open. We had guys open down the field a lot, as you saw. Tough to take away both. But I didn't say anything to them. The offensive guys kept coaching, didn't flinch. And, we'll continue to get that going.
Trey's hurdle in the first or second quarter. What was your reaction when you saw that? Have you seen that in practice before? And what did you say?
I've never seen him do that in practice. I kind of hurdled with him. I was so excited. I kind of felt like he was going to jump. I don't know if when you guys saw it, like when he was running, I just had this feeling that he was going to do that. I don't know. He kind of has that mentality and that personality, which I haven't really seen it live yet. But that was awesome. Got the crowd going too. The students love seeing that. So I didn't realize he could jump so high.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Good, man. What's going on?
Just the energy and just the day overall between, the Eagle Walk and everything. Kind of take me through, what you were thinking today, because obviously the atmosphere and all that, you hadn't gone through it yet.
No, I had no idea what to expect. And it wasn't about me. It was about the players and the students today. And I'm just telling you, when we walked out of Gasson and started walking to see, it was like 9:45 a.m. and the students were already out. And there was people lined up, like yelling my name. I was hearing, Jeff, and it was awesome. And then to walk past the mods and then to see the students in there, hear the band, see the cheerleaders, walk in, see my family. It was kind of so morbid last year, just walking into a dead campus. But this is what college football is all about. And it takes all of us. It takes our players, our staff. It takes the school. And it was awesome. It was a really fun day, and I'm very grateful to be part of it. Emma, we got you.
Curiosity, what was the decision to put Kobe in at the end there? Are you just trying to get his sea legs back under him, or?
Yeah, I wanted to get him some touches. I wanted to see how he felt. I wanted to see how he responded, and he looked really good. And it was no disrespect to Colgate for throwing the ball at the end. Trust me, you guys know me well enough by now. I wanted to try to get Kobe the football and see how he reacted and responded, and I thought he did a really good job with that. So I'm proud of him. It's tough, right? I mean, he's been around here, has a ton of catches, and he's fighting back and probably still isn't 100%. But to see him come out there and make that catch and run, return some punts for us today, just watch. He's going to continue to feel better, play better. He's going to help us win a lot of games this year. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Have a good night.